Hello there, YouTube. This is Brownie again from the Young Zings, and today I'm going to be bringing to you the full spoiler for the TCG version of Dimension of Chaos. Dimension of Chaos is going to release on November 6th, which is about the Friday, a little over a week from making this video. The sneak is in 2 days. Date is Wednesday, October 28th, and let's go ahead and just talk about this set. There's actually quite a bit to talk about. Notable hollows. I guess the Ghost Ray is going to be the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. We're going to be having Auda's Vortex, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, Auda's Fusion, Painful Decision, Blazing Mirror Force, Urgent Ritual Art, and then two TCG exclusives, Painful Escape and Cosmo Dark Destroyer as your secret rares. The secret rares are usually the most interesting parts for you because they're typically the most expensive because they're the hardest to pull. The ulties, remember this is the last batch of ultimate rares. Dimension of Chaos is going to be the last set following the old rarity scheme. In Breakers of Shadow in January, there will be no more Ghost Rares and no more Ultimate Rares. So, Hot Red, or the Scarlet Red Dragon Orange Fiend, is going to be the last Ghost, and these are the last 5 Ultimates for now. I still have Ultis and Astral Packs, but for this, core sets, we have the BLS Ritual, Blackluster Soldier, Super Soldier, Auda's Vortex, Scarlet Red Dragon, Assault Blackwing, Mercury, the Rain Shower, Raikiri, excuse me, and Magister Paladin, the Ascending Draco Slayer. And then for other ultras and supers that are notable, the Magispector Raccoon is going to be ultra. Magispector Paladin is going to come in base as a ultra rare, so he's ultra and ulti. And Magispector Tornado is a ultra, and Cosmo Strawman is an ultra, which we will get more into later. For notable supers, I guess the cat, the Mad Spectre cat, Nekomata is going to be super. Nothing really too big out of there. I think DDD Rebel King Leonidas, or just the DD Leonidas card. That's a pretty big card in DDDs that's being imported here from the OCG that's been supposed to be here a long time ago. That's a pretty big card, and that being super means you know, it's kind of. I'm finally glad we're getting that card. Great Dragon is also going to be super, but I guess that's the set for the most part. I'll have the full link if you guys want to get another look at it in the description. But for now, we're just going to go over a card discussion and possible prices. So I'm going to be going over this by archetype, since most people are trying to build a certain deck out of this. And if you want, I'll also go over some singles and some just notables and a general wrap up at the end. So let's just start from the top. So, Magispector players. Well, in for now, I think you actually should be, a little happy. You can rejoice a little bit. They make a lot of them super high rarity. You have the Bunbuku, the raccoon, as long as the I get all the winds mixed up. Tornado is going to be ultra. As far as I'm concerned, by looking at the OC decks, all of the Magispectors monsters, they all are pretty much played at 3 of, barring the bird. They're all played at 3 of. Bunbuku's he's Deneb pretty much. Him being an ultra, and him being a mandatory 3 of means that he's easily in Deneb range for around $30, probably give or take. Once this set really starts going, I don't think people know how good Madness Specters are. Actually, this deck was pretty This deck was pretty good in the OCG. Just got overshadowed by that deck, the Performance and Pals deck. It just got that deck just overran everything. I think Madness Specters were really just overshadowed in the OCG. I think they're going to be doing very, very well in the TCG. In terms of the ratios for the spell and traps, it's Tornado is going to be ultra, and then Cyclone is super, and then the other ones are rare and common. None of them are secret. They fluctuated between different multiples, so I'm not sure what the TCG is going to be doing, but there are no mandatory 3Os. But for the Muku, yeah, you're going to need 3. I recommend if you see them for 20, 25, that's where I saw some pre-sale go. I would pick them up. I don't think people really realize how good this deck is. All right, for the Cosmo and the coveted Cosmo Dark Destroyer, who is arguably the most sought after card in this set. The 2 holo cards in this set for Cosmo are going to be Cosmo Dark Destroyer and Cosmo Strongman. There's also Cosmo Wicked Witch, Cosmo Light Sword, and the Cosmo Dogfighter. Dogfighter Super and the other two are commons. They're not terribly notable. Maybe the Wicked Witch might be played, but I mean it's nothing like it's not going to be expensive. It's a common. It's not short print either. So so much for that. Cosmo is calling it hyped is an understatement. This deck is on fire right now. There were farm girls still at this time going for $80 on eBay, and it was $100 for the day. I'm pretty sure like a few days after this card was announced, Dark Destroyer, they farm girl rose to $100, and people were like, "Oh my gosh!" Well, I mean, rightfully so. This card is amazing. This card, I mean, it's broken for lack of a better term. It's a non-targeting floater that floats into a non-targeting floater that floats into another floater that's a +1 on start. This guy pluses on start. He's There's no reason why I wouldn't play three of this card. This card is broken. Price, I see pre-sales on eBay going for 80 to 90. That sounds about right. Dante of the Burning Mist was around 90 when Burning Mist was getting really, really hyped back in like November, I think it was November, October. People realized how good the deck was. I mean, three of Secret. I don't know. It's for a really good deck. That's I don't know. Sorry if you want to play this deck and you can't afford it. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. In terms of Strawman, Strawman's not going to be Strawman's going to be really expensive, but he shouldn't be. He's a one or two of, and the Cosmo's like I don't even think he's that good. Some of the Cosmo guys like just like yeah, you only need like one, you need two. But the reason why he's probably more expensive than a card like Bunbuku is because the just Cosmos are so hyped right now that just like with all the hype, people are going to be grossly overvaluing the Cosmo cards. So I don't know. This card's going to be like 30 to 40, and I really should be. It might drop over time, but I think at start it's going to be absurdly expensive. So if you pull this, you need to drop it. BLS, you BLS players out there, if you guys are sort of excited for this deck, that's cool. It's not really my thing. I don't really care for it. It's not very good, and it's not mean that it's nostalgic. I guess either I don't know. The cards, they're relatively, they're none of them are secret. It's really like ultras and supers. The beginning night and even Twilight Light are supers. This deck won't be that expensive. The only thing going against it is that this not much of the set's gonna be open because the set's not that great overall. So I mean, good luck getting this. It's not gonna be that big a deal, but it shouldn't be that hard to get. The deck's not that good. DD Leonidas, for the DD cards that are um, coming out, they're missing a lot of stuff. I'll be honest, this deck is really good, and this deck is really fun to play, and it was really popular in the OCG actually. But the problem is that it's just missing too much stuff. They're getting all 10 imports, but it's still missing Alexander, the Temujin, or I guess they changed his name to King Genghis or whatever. The Armageddon, Howling, and Lilith. These cards are all absolutely essential to the deck. These cards are really good. I think Leonidas is very good. He's a super. I think he actually might be. If you get these, I think you gotta hold on to them. I think this card's really good. I think if these cards end up being imported into later sets, this card might be an interesting cash cow. More for the Odd Eyes or Magician support, we're gonna have Odd Eyes Fusion as a secret rare, along with Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon as a secret rare. I know I was disappointed as well when I found that out because I've been looking for those, but yes, that's just the way it is. Kind of, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's so good, but all right. Ignite players, you may lament or rejoice that a lot of your support, barring Ignite Reload, is all common and rare. Ignite Reload is going to be ultra, but everything else is going to be common and rare, so it shouldn't be that hard to pick up. Don't gripe about name changes, though, that you had them coming. Gradle players, you may also lament or rejoice. You may lament for the fact that you are low rarity, so they're not glittered with shininess, but you may also rejoice in the fact that your Snatch Steel monsters will be absurdly cheap. For some of the notable singles that I saw for the set, I think Blazing Mirror Forces. It's not like that great, but I think it's interesting. It kind of caught my eye. I don't know. It's one of those secrets where like it's better than most of the other ones. So like if you pull it, like I don't know, it's not that bad. Um, Grand Horn of Heaven or Great Horn of Heaven, which was the OCG name. This card received a lot of hype when it was first revealed. It was like, oh no, it's It's so good. It's not good. It's not good. It really isn't. This card isn't that great. It's a common. I mean, if you think hoarding these cards are going to be, worth something, I really don't think so. I wouldn't really bother too much with this card because the problem is that it must be inherent special summon because you can't get the effect that would special summon a monster. It must be during the main phase, and your opponent gets to draw a card. Yeah, it ends the main phase, but it's I don't think it's as good as Black Horn of Heaven, and people don't even play Black Horn of Heaven right now. So maybe sometime in the future, if there's some way the drawing card won't be that big a deal, but I don't know. Painful Decision is also another pretty interesting, somewhat generic secret rare. This and Painful Escape are both secret rares. I wonder if the names have anything to do with each other because I don't know what they're trying to go for. But this card's pretty good. And this card's kind of interesting. This card's not even that good. I just think it's interesting if you pull out, I don't know, like what you're really gonna if it's hyped. I'm not sure. Like I haven't seen that much feedback for it. I mean, if you can drop it for like 10 or so, 10 more, I mean, might as well. It's worth more than some of the other secrets. Um, well, looking back over the set, I guess stuff that I want. I want the DD Leonidas. I want some of the DD cards. I love the deck, but it's missing way too much stuff. The XZ is for the Yuga card, like the rank 8. He's pretty good. Stuff that I want. I want the Magister Paladin, the Ascending Draco Slayer. I think he's a pretty good one of in a lot of Pendulum decks, especially the Magicians that I'm hoping to be building later. So I kind of want to try to get an ulti one of those. I love Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon and Odd Eyes Fusion. Those are the cards that I'm really, really chasing after in this set. I was kind of bummed when I found out that both of these are secret. They're gonna be kind of hard to get, but it's gonna be good. These cards will probably be more expensive than normal because what I predict is um, for those of you who were around to see the Secret Forces. What happened with the Secret Forces is that a lot of the stuff in that set, there was so much product open that a lot of the extra stuff, a lot of just the cards that weren't short print became seriously undervalued. Um, that's a good example. That's a good example of that. The fact that if there's so much product that's being opened and there's a lot of supply on the market, it'll be able to meet a lot of the demand and drive prices down. I feel like with this set, we're gonna have an inverted effect. There's this set. I'll be honest, is not that good, especially in comparison to Breakers of Shadow that's in January. There's imports for Breakers of Shadow. You got Cyber Dragon Infinity, the Trapjack Rafflesia, the Neptibus, the Prince of Atlanteans or something. I don't know. Those cards are all insanely good, along with like cards like Solemn Notice that are in the core set itself. This set doesn't even pale in comparison to that set. I think Konami knows that too. Um, that being said, since people know that, I do not know if a lot of people are going to be opening up this set, opening a lot of boxes, so there might be a little supply. So single prices might be up. It's kind of unpredictable at this point, but if it might kind of be a reason for some cards being like this card being more expensive than it really should be. It's just because of low supply. Nothing really. I guess investment ideas. If you wanted to buy a box of the set, I would recommend not. Solely because of Breakers of Shadow. I literally think if you're gonna buy a box of this and a box of Breakers of Shadow, just buy 2 boxes of Breakers of Shadow because it's so good. I'm already gonna get 2 boxes. I'm gonna enjoy opening those not only with the new rarity ratios, but also just like the great imports of being in that set. But in terms of, it's not like completely like Beware, like kind of like a set like Duelist Pack Battle City was. This set like still has some pretty interesting cards. I think the Mad Inspectors are really good. I think this card's really good. If you're at your local card shop and you're buying entry packs, you're like picking out, oh, if I win a tournament, I can pick up some packs. Or if like you win a tournament, you do well, you need some participation packs or prize packs. Get Dimension of Chaos. It's not that bad. It's not good. It's not good by any means. But maybe you might pull one of these higher dollar ones. Maybe not. Who knows? But why not? Just kind of take a spin with it. Maybe you'll get lucky or get the card you need, like just the one card you need. Maybe I'll pull Odd Eyes Vortex. This card's so good. You know what this card does? It negates a lot of stuff, and it's Moonlight Rose on the board. I'm starting to hope that people don't realize how good this card is in Magicians once it drops, and it'll be undervalued because it's not a Cosmo Destroyer. But I feel like since there's nothing else that's that good in the set, anything that's potentially good, like Auda's Vortex, is just going to be grossly overvalued. That's enough about value, about sets, and about Dimension Cast, about Breakers of Shadow, this set's younger, much more adept brother. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you'll be picking up a box of this set, if you happen to be opening some of it. Let me know what you pull and all that. And yeah, just let me know what you want. Maybe I'm the only one who wants these cards, but it is what it is. Too bad. Hopefully we'll get these DD cards eventually. But that would be all here from the Young Zings. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe and all of that fun jazz. And I will see you guys next time.